Hello! I am back with another video after a very fucking long time. This video is going to be different because I am trying to be consistent over all the platforms. To be consistent at my level, I need to cut some corners and I won't be able to edit too much. I won't be able to put a lot of, effects or music or any kind of shit. So it's going to be straight video, me talking to you. Maybe I will add the cuts if I have to, but besides that, I'm going to ramble. I'm going to tell you straight from me to you with no effects, nothing. So let's fucking go. This one, if I see somewhere here, that means I am using a bit of my notes. I'm going to be telling you about my experience with jobs in Canada. I've been here since 2021, since I was 18, almost 19. Okay. I started working here in 2022. That was my 2022. June or July, I don't remember properly. So my first job was at a fast food place in a mall. It was an Asian store called Kung Pao Wok. I worked there for a very, very long 7 days before I quit because that shit was fucked. They were making me do everything there was, everything in the world. I would be cooking, I would be fucking cleaning, I would be serving, I would be taking the order. What the fuck? Am I the only person in the staff? Bro, how? When they said fast food, I thought it's only about the food. But the fast is for you, the employee. You need to be fast so that the food comes quick. Applying for jobs throughout all this time has always been fucked. Always. I have never landed a job like too quick. It always took me a long time to go through the interviews to land anything. It would take me around like hundreds of applications before even getting interviews. I've applied for over 1,000 positions and I've only landed like 4 or 5 of them. That should tell you a lot. When I went to the interview, I was actually going for their competitor. There was a store beside this place, right? I was all dressed up. I went for the interview an hour earlier than my interview was. The store I was going for was called Jimmy the Greek, and fuck man, I talk so much I need to breathe, bro. So I was going for Jimmy the Greek, and now I'm sitting outside in the food court waiting, preparing for my interview, having some mental notes, reading stuff out, and this guy from Kung Pao Wok, he sees me and he's like, oh, are you going around applying for jobs? I'm like, yeah. He's like, do you want to interview right now? I'm like, I have an hour for my actual interview. In my head, I'm thinking this. So, might as well, you know what? I might be able to get 2 interviews. And he just interviews me instantly. And his interview was mostly him talking about the store and himself. And he just asked me a few questions. Oh, what are your values and all this shit. Fast food places, interviews are super generic. They won't ask you something crazy. They would just ask you simple questions, simple answers. They always make shit up, right? Like, oh, it's our value to be nice to people. You need to ask them, you need to be careful. Oh my word. Oh, you need to treat them like a child. Oh. As I was interviewing for this shit, I missed my actual interview, which I was going for. But it's fine because I landed this job. And after they abused me for 7 days, I was like, I am in the need for money and I really, really need a job. But you guys are fucked. And they made me work 12-hour shifts. My first job, I worked 5 days for 12 hours. So each day. It was just so overwhelming. It felt like a lot of work in terms of, firstly, what I was getting paid for, which all of you would know because fast food people, we don't get paid shit. But the things they were making me do for that much money, I was like, do I really need it this bad? And the answer to it was yes, I did need it. So I just decided to quit and suffer. But putting myself through suffering is much better than letting someone else make me suffer. Write that down. Just after I quit that job, like maybe 3 to 4 days later, I got another interview from another fast food place, Red Lobster. I'm not sure if it's called, if it is entirely fast food, but anyway, there I stayed from July 2022 to March 2023. How long is that? July, August, September, October, November. 9 months. Oh, that's I'll call it almost a year. Initially, that job was super chill. Like I enjoyed being there. I was super happy. I was getting paid. I got some tips. The people there were fun. They were jolly. They were happy. I was sort of a bartender, even though now I don't drink anymore. Even then, I didn't really drink too much. I wouldn't go crazy. Maybe just like, taste some shit. Actually, the bad thing about any job where you have to talk to people and you're serving stuff is that you always have to be a little bright in your tone, that you always have to be chatty. You need to ask them about their day. You need to do things I don't really want to. I would be chatty. I would be jolly. I would be positive. But a lot of the times I cannot. And there are a lot of days where I'm just in a void, in like complete darkness. I see no hope. Although right now I'm chatting properly because I try very hard to fight all these thoughts. When it's about yourself and talking in your own space, it's different. I feel it's much easier. But when it's about working and still having to keep up all this, I feel it's very difficult. My happy version, my talkative version, the version that was trying to fit in and work there long term, that was trying to enjoy that job, started to die off in those 9 months. And there is another thing. To get to know anything properly, you need at least a year, is what I would say. Hold on to that, let me explain. To get to know any person properly, to get to know any new country, any new place, any new job properly, you need at least a year. Because in the first few weeks, in the first few months, you will only notice the good things. I started that job. It felt like it was the best job ever. I started learning more about the people, and a lot of them were very nice. Had very nice parts to them, but they also had very shitty parts to them. And I'm not the kind of person that if I see you being shitty once, I will come next day and forget about it. A lot of the people do. That's how a lot of the people stay sane at work. If they see something shitty happen, they just go home and forget about it. They come next day fresh. That's like out of sight, out of mind, and next day is like a complete reset. Not me. Once I see something bad happen, it stays within me, and I feel like that's a good thing, because that's how it should be. You cannot just let something go by like that. I started noticing that people would just fight over tips, people would fight over customers. Over not getting shifts is fine, but fighting over things like the other person is getting shifts, why am I not getting them? It was just very hard to see, and eventually it all got to my head and I quit. Shout out to a few of my coworkers. Dee, she oh my god, she was so great. I think she's one of the best people out there, and I don't think I saw any negative part of her throughout the 9 months. Oh yeah, my other coworker, she told me she used to be a stripper, which oh my god. You know what? I'll keep this for another video. If you are interested in knowing about this person and this side of the experience, I'll keep it for another video. So after I quit this 9 months, my love life had some stuff going on in there, which also took a lot of my time. I have been very dumb when it comes to relationships. I kind of spend a lot of time with them. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. We spend like 24 hours a day together. We're like all the time we're chatting, calling, texting. I do not want to do this. I am a man who likes to work, who likes to get good grades, who likes to do good in university, go out to work, earn some money, do stuff of my own. But whenever I'm in relationships, it all just falls apart. It's like I'm not using my brain. It's like I have no sense. Like 24/7, I'm just being with them. And another problem is that the woman I get, they're always like this too. They're doing no shit. They're literally doing nothing, and I'm just being with them doing nothing. So we're just passing time now. You know, we live and learn. I have learned not to be with spoiled uh, women who have no goals, who do not work for what they want to achieve in life, not to be with such needy or clingy people. I should have looked out for myself, which I didn't at the time. You know what, we're just chilling, we're just having some fun, it's fine. But it was a lot, it was too much, and it was getting to things like my grades went down, I couldn't spend time with my friends. It just changed me, and the things I would usually like to do, I wasn't able to do them. So this video is going to be a little bit long, so I've decided to put this in parts. I'm going to put this in maybe 3 parts. I will try to complete it in 3 parts. This is the first one. I hope it doesn't go to 4, but I'll try to keep it in 3. And this is it for this one. If you stayed till the end, I might as well subscribe. Your unfriendly neighborhood Spidey, subscribe, please, or I'ma fucking hunt you down. Or no, wait.